Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this occasion, I would like to present about the impact of social media on adolescent psychological well-being. But before that, allow me to introduce myself first. My name is Wafik Aziza from Class 2H English Language Education Program, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, University of Mataram. Okay. In this era of globalization, we know that social media has become one of the main force shaping interactions and communications among individuals worldwide, especially among teenagers. With platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and others, people can connect without geographical limitation and share information and experience quickly and easily. However, behind the widespread fame of social media in this era of globalization, it turns out that it brings negative impacts on someone's life, especially on teenagers, when they use it in the wrong way. There are several reasons underlying my choice of this topic. The first is social relevance. I realized that teenagers are one of the most affected groups by the use of social media, and its impact of their psychological well-being is a significant social issue. By choosing this topic, I'm to gain a deeper understanding of how social media usage affect the daily lives of teenagers. The second is teenage psychological well-being. I have a profound concern for the psychological well-being of teenagers. I want to further understand of how social media usage can affect aspects such as anxiety and depression in teenagers, with the hope of contributing to more effective prevention of interprevention efforts. The third is technological advancement and social change. I am aware that technological advancements have changed the way teenagers interact and communicate, and I want to understand the social and psychological implications of this change. By taking this topic, I can explore the potential impacts of shifts in teenage behavior in using social media. The fourth is contribution to solutions. I want to be part of the solution in addressing the issues of teenage psychological well being related to social media usage. By understanding the factors influencing teenage psychological well being in the context of social media, I can help design more effective educational parenting or intervention strategies to uh, to protect teenagers from the negative impacts of social media. Okay. This reason motivated me to choose the topic of the impact of social media on teenage psychological well-being. By investigating this topic, I can make a meaningful contribution to understanding and addressing the issues relevant to teenage world in this digital era. Alright, next let's dive straight into the content for today. Here we have three tables of contents that we will discuss. The first one is the introduction, followed by the results and discussion, and lastly the conclusion. In the results and discussion sections, there are 2 points that I will present, namely the impact of social media on anxiety and depression in adolescents. Okay, let's get started with the first part, which is the introduction. Technological advancement have brought significant progress to human life, making communication and access to information easier without being hindered by distance and time. In Indonesia, around 30 million children and adolescents are internet users, with digital media being the main communication channel. Studies indicate that 80% of respondents are internet users, and there is a digital divide between urban and rural areas. Adolescents often use the internet and social media for information and entertainment. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat play a crucial role in social media interaction, sharing experience, and building online identities. However, concern exists regarding their negative effects on adolescent psychological well-being, such as anxiety and depression. Anxiety and depression are common issues among adolescents. Studies on the impact of social media use on adolescent psychological well-being, particularly concerning anxiety and depression, are crucial given the high risk among adolescent students in the current digital era. Next, we move on the results and discussion section. Excessive social media use can increase anxiety and depression among adolescents as they are vulnerable to cyberbullying and social comparison, which affect their self-perception and self-esteem. Offline social support and regulation of social media use can mitigate these negative impacts. Media literacy is also crucial in helping adolescents develop critical and adaptive skills in using social media. This research emphasizes the importance of media literacy, offline social support, and regulation of social media use in education, parenting, and interventions to protect adolescent psychological well-being. In these sections, there are two main points to discuss. Firstly, the impact of social media use on anxiety, and secondly, the impact of social media usage on depression. Okay, the first is impact of social media use on anxiety. In the dependency theory, social anxiety can be positioned as a motivational factor that causes individuals to choose media or non-media source to fulfill their needs. Individuals with high level of social anxiety or those experiencing social condition disturbances in their environment will be inclined to use social media and engage in deep online communication. They seek comfort in the virtual world or cyberspace, given that humans are inherently social beings. Needing others to channel emotion, social media becomes an effective tool for fulfilling social needs that they do not obtain from daily life. Consequently, such individuals become highly influenced by the media. Individuals who use social media with an orientation towards unfulfilled social needs in real life due to anxiety will become dependent on social media as a means of communicating their self to others. The second is impact of social media use on depression. Adolescents with higher than average social media use intensity do not concurrently report greater depressive symptoms than their apparent peers. Social media use among adolescents increases when they experience symptoms of depression, such as rejection from their peers, this making adolescents with underlying depression interested in social media. However, increased social media use intensity can increase the risk of mental health disorders in adolescents. They tend to use social media as a compensation for problems in life, which can disrupt their individual role performance in social life. Studies indicate that social media use influence depressive symptoms up to suicidal ideation, especially in young individuals vulnerable due to their emotional and imbalanced teenage years. During this period, they are not fully capable or regulating mood fluctuation due to existing stressors. Then, moving on to the conclusion. In an increasingly connected digital era, the influence of social media on adolescent psychological well-being is a significant concern in social science research. This study provides insights into the negative impact of social media use on adolescent anxiety and depression, as well as moderation factors that can affect the relationship. The implication of these findings provides a basis of education, parenting, and intervention that can help adolescents develop healthy and responsible social media use while protecting their psychological well being. Further research is needed to better understand the complex mechanisms and interactions between social media and adolescents' psychological well being. Alright guys, that's probably all I can present in this video. I apologize if there are any mistakes. May Allah guide us all. Guide us all. Billahi taufik walidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.